Alrighty, welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am the Crushinator, and tonight I am bringing you an excellent Nexus Division cast between the Wild Squad and Minion Miners. Let them know that I'm all ready to go at their earliest convenience. We've got quite the two squads. We've got a little bit of a celebrity squad over here. In the Wild Squad, we've got Jazzaline, Alicia Wins, Salvaje, Goon, and Vixen Noir. And we've got the Minion Miners, a very established veteran team doing very well here in the Nexus division. It should be an excellent matchup here. Looks like we're about to get ready to go. We'll take a look at the map bans to start things off. Wild Squad banned away Volskaya Foundry and Infernal Shrines. Minion Miners took away Battlefield of Eternity and Towers of Doom. They're going to be taking us to Dragonshire here for map number 1. Schizophrenic, thank you so much for the follow. I thought you had followed already. Could have sworn. Oh well. Could have sworn. Anyways, we're getting into our first draft here. Wild Squad will be first to act. Now the big question is, we've had the patch. Zagara has been Omega nerfed. We'll see if that is enough to get Zagara off the ban list. If it takes Zagara off the pick list, I'll have to see what these teams are thinking in terms of Zagara here. Vala, of course, did also receive a nerf to the W talent. Was it the W talent or was it just the W ability? I can't remember. Gaul going to be the opening ban from the Wild Squad. Not wanting any shenanigans here from the Minion Miners. But yeah, we got some major hits to the big people up top. Slinkmeister, thank you so much for the follow. Glad to see you. Minion Miners thinking about their opening ban here. It's still going to be Vala. Still no Vala. Yeah, at last I heard, I believe Direct is away and Salvaje is subbing in here for the Wild Squad. How you doing, Stark? Will we see the Cho ban coming out from the Wild Squad? Are they concerned from this first ban position? We got stuff like, okay, we're going to take out the Stitches. Another thing that might pop up here on Dragonshire, honestly, you might see some Lunara. Lunara got some buffs. Lunara's always kind of been a possibility on Dragonshire. Pretty good at flanking, has the vision over the mid. Can do those back siege camps alone pretty simply. It's going to be the Brightwing ban for Minion Miners here, so no priority onto Zagara for the bans. See if the Wild Squad wants to pick up the Zagara, but I don't know. We're going to have to see some stats. I feel like Zagara got nerfed 6 ways through Sunday, man.
Victory for the Forsaken.
Salvaje going with the first pick Sylvanas here for the Wild Squad. About as flexible as it gets. Comes to these picks. Sir Mac of Cheese going with a first pick Nazebo. Nazebo did receive buffs to the Spider build, among other things. Marshall going with an early Leoric here. So 2 heroes that can provide sort of an otherworldly wall trap between the zombie wall and the entomb. This is a great anti-Deathwing tech if Deathwing was on the board here. Wild Squad looking across at these two. We're going to see the Stukov come on out from Goon. And Alicia Wins going with the Jaina. So looking like a possible blow-up here towards the front line. Definitely a couple of tanks that can help make that happen. See if Minion Miners wants to target ban there, or if they possibly want to remove competition against Leoric here. How you doing, Danny? Zebo hype in the chat. ETC going to be the ban, so they are going to target a tank here. Brown Balla, welcome. Wild Squad thinking about their mid ban. Their first Nazebo Leoric here. Both very late game scaling. Bake your cake with the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. Alex Straza going to be the ban here from the Wild Squad. Interesting. Alex Straza can extend fights out. Has a pretty good save button on the ult for this Stukov Jaina blow up. Could be a targeted ban here, because Alex Straza's not one that a lot of people just whip out. Wesgra going to take the Deckard instead here, and we're going to see Murderin on the Tychus, leaving that tank pick to last. Interesting. So you've got Nazebo, Tychus, the Deckard. So the damage output is fairly steady but fairly slow here from Minion miners. They could be looking to round it out with something like a May just to keep everyone slowed down for a while. Jazzaline going to respond here with the Johanna, and Vixen Noir going with the Malthael here versus Leoric. Generally a good matchup, especially post level 10, because there's not a lot Leoric can do about those last rites casts. How you doing, Dice? Troopar in the chat, Slug Hunters here. Oh, it's going to be a Blaze here from Hemibo. Interesting. Okay, I mean, Blaze is pretty good at keeping people in an area. We'll be able to set up for those Deckard big roots. Allow Nazebo and Tychus to get in their damage. Johanna does have the Falling Sword save, but of course you can't cleanse someone out of an Entomb or a zombie wall. Be interesting to see here. Alright, we're going into game number 1. Did you guys check out the new shirt? The Big Cluck Energy with the Star Chicken? Star Chicken. Gotta have the Star Chicken. Alrighty. Loading on in. No Zagaras at all. Zagara completely left the draft. No bans, no picks. Instead, we've got the Nazebo pulled up. We've got the new Leoric buffs pulled up here. See how these teams clash. Let's jump in. Alrighty. Here we go. Game number 1. On the left in the blue, we have the Wild Squad. The Salvaje on the Sylvanas. Goon is playing Stukov. Vixen Noir on the Malthael. Alicia Wins playing Jaina. And Jazzaline is on the Johanna. On the right in the red, Minion Miners. Hemibo on the Blaze. Sir Mac of Cheese playing Nazebo. Murderin on the Tychus. Wesgra playing the Deckard. And Marshhole is on the Leoric.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get into game number 1. Nazebo indeed going with that spider build. They're on level 1. Both Joanna and Jaina are going to be stacking globes. And we'll see what the clash is going to be like here. Bit of poke here and there. Salvaje taking a little bit of damage as the waves do crash. Jaina going to be able to clear away that wave very effectively with the help of Johanna. Look at that. 7 minions up, 7 minions down. Looks like we've got Leoric already split off to the top lane here. Malthael going to go ahead and match that. Now Jazzaline looking to interrupt some rotations, gathering up 3 here on the right-hand side. As Goon putting out a big silence as well. Big stun, though, coming on out from Hemibo. Deckard with a huge root as well. Oh, no. This could be big trouble as Jazzaline was trapped inside the zombie wall. And First Blood is going to go over to Minion Miners. Strong commitment to interrupting the rotations there, but they do get caught. Right now, Leoric and Malthael going to battle it out in a little bit of an early double soak, as the rest of the teams are going to jump into their siege camp rotations. Vixen Noir. Oh, okay, Goon is going to go ahead and start this camp. I don't think Stukov can do this alone. We're going to see Sylvanas go ahead and help that out. But right now, Nazebo pushing the bottom lane into these giants. Alicia Wins on Jaina alone is definitely going to feel a little bit of pressure here, as Minion Miners, all 4, have come on down to help this siege. Shrines are activating. Hemibo grabbing the bottom side here from Minion Miners. Left side Bruiser has been taken here. ADHD, thank you so much for the follow. So Alicia's forced to back here. Ooh, actually going to get out of the Deckard route. It's almost interrupting the back. Oh, Leoric actually going down there on the top side. Salvaje and Goon rotating up there, getting the kill onto Leoric. A timely kill. As we're going to see the black arrows come on out, and this bruiser camp is going to be pushing right into the wall. Marshall is back up. We see the zombie wall going to trap Goon here in the corner for a moment, but there's not a ton of damage between Nazebo and Leoric here in this early game. I say that, but Goon's starting to take some big hits from those Leoric crits. Big slow coming on out as well. Drain Hope not going to be enough. They actually turn around and get the kill onto Leoric. Salvaje could be in trouble here, trying to get broken out of the zombie wall. The spiders, will not get the last hit. Salvaje dipping below 60 health there. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Minion miners taking the entire bottom fort wall for the trouble. Right now, Leoric is channeling the top side. Are we going to see Hemibo go ahead and pick up an early dragon here at 3 minutes? Malthael trying to fight for the point, but it's not going to be enough. Minion miners pick up the first objective of the game. Dragon going to do a little bit of chip damage. Is actually Jaina going to go down on the bottom side. Trade it out for Tychus. A lot of scuffles here. 3-2 in kills. Not a real major team fight has gone through so far. Though it is Dragonshire, scuffles are kind of the name of the map. Dragonite making good use of that fire breath before rotating on down to the bottom side here, possibly looking to pick up the well before expiring. I'm just doing a little bit of wave clear. Dragonite going to go ahead and taunt in the middle of the lane. Probably not expecting to get a whole lot else done here with this Dragonite as it expires in about 10 seconds. Johanna sent to the back. Blaze is about to pop out of this dragon. They got to worry about a jet propulsion here. Meanwhile, Nazebo and Leoric actually rotating together during that objective. Hemibo looking to peel away. Jazzaline gets out of the route. Murdering in some trouble there as Goon is doing some good body blocking there on Stukov. Trying to turn it around, but Tychus is going to go down. Sir Mac of Cheese rotating from the mid, but a Nazebo flank at level 8, not super scary here. And the Wild Squad pick up a kill, and looks like they're going to go down and grab this bruiser camp. Taking a look at the experience, those hero kills definitely favoring the side of the Wild Squad here. They're a little bit behind in the Minion soak, but will be pulling ahead significantly in the Mercenary soak, which will help them on the way to level 10. Vixen Noir doesn't get hit by the jet propulsion there from Hemibo. Bottom lane, big push here. The Bruiser camp is up onto the wall. The Black Arrows are out as well. Looks like this wall will be going down as Jaina Blizzard is going to connect. Hemibo actually getting the max range jet propulsion there onto 3, but will not be able to save this wall. Level 10s here for the Wild Squad. Salvaje a little low on mana here. We'll see what they can do in this position. We've got the Water Elemental, Blessed Shield, Wailing Arrow, Flailing Swipe, and Last Rites. But Minion Miners are about to have 10s of their own, and there they go. Right now, the Malthael and Leoric have been content to just go ahead and double soak. Vixen Noir going ahead and catching that top wave. Could have an invade here. Murderin and Hemibo are looking in. They've got their ults. It's Stay a While and Listen. Got the Gargantuan here. Oh, Deckard with the big root, and Tomb came out as well. Silence Arrow is going to hit the whole team here. Sylvanas with a big ult. Goon in some trouble, though. The Spooky Hand is attached, and Stukov is going to be the first to go down. Minion Miners with a successful invade take out the healer and steal that siege camp. You saw that bunker come on out in Tomb as well. It is the Draken laser drill that went down in that corridor there for Murderin, so not going with the Odin siege. Instead wanting to stay in that form to be able to make maximum use of that minigun. Alicia and Jazzaline trying to clear this wave, but Nazebo siege is very difficult to push off. Adrenaline Stim Pack is going to be popped here by Hemibo, but with no wave to be seen. Oh, Hemibo going right in there. Jazzaline going to try to turn this around. Salvaje with a little bit of dagger damage out onto Blaze. Moving right forward there. They want to get this kill onto Hemibo if they can, but Deckard is throwing out those potions on the retreat. Good job getting back there, and that Water Elemental will be wasted. as well. Leoric actually able to pick up an objective there in the mid lane. Vixen Noir sent away. Uh-oh. Oh no, Malthael is caught. Can Vixen Noir get out? Goon is going to try to come on through with the save, but here's Murderin, and that's going to be Malthael down. Great angle there on that Dragon Knight kick. Jazzaline popping the Unstoppable. Will get away from the Tychus and the Nazebo ult. Alicia Wins could be in trouble here as the chase comes in. There's a connection from Hibimbo, and Jaina is going to go down here. 2 kills, along with this objective for Minion Miners, and they may not be done. Wesgra is going to find the sleep there onto Johanna. Can the rest of the team catch up? You see? Oh no, the Iron Skin is up in time. Salvaje sent away here. Dragon Knight is about to expire, but a lot of damage done here by Minion Miners. Dealing significant damage to this keep wall. Could be taking out the wall entirely. There they go. And Tomb comes out, is going to land onto Stukov. Is there going to be follow-up? This counter arrow from the Sylvanas is not going to be enough to save Goon. Alicia Wins is being targeted down by the laser drill. Does manage to get away there with the help of the well tap. Adrenaline Stim Pack, thank you so much for the follow. Big follow night tonight. Right now, Minion Miners in the driver's seat. Now pulling way ahead on those hero kills, and now getting ahead in Minion Soak as well. Wild Squad is going to have to come on back with another good team fight if they want to even up these levels. And now the macro is a-rolling. Right side siege being taken, left side camp is up in about 15 seconds here. Salvaje putting a little bit of damage into Blaze, but we got a flank here from Nazebo. Will we see a fight where Jazzaline looking forward? Jaina putting out the damage. Sir Mac and Cheese is blown up there. Nazebo taken down with a full Jaina salvo. Goon getting below 400 health, but does manage to back away here. Hemibo on the chase. Water Elemental comes out to try to turn the things around. Goon with a nice bio kill switch, healing everyone back up. We got the big blizzards now here for Jaina on level 13. It will definitely help with a little extra AoE in this comp. Black arrows come on out. Salvaje has turned off the building. They're going to try to move in here. Goon swiping everyone away, trying to secure the retreat. Jazzaline sticking around. Wild Squad could be in trouble here. Minion Miners get the dismount onto Goon. Jazzaline turns it around, though, with a big condemn. Hemibo with a huge sleep. Follow-up from the Deckard. But Goon is staying alive there. Murderin could be in trouble on the edge. Jazzaline with the slow once again, and Tychus is going to go down here. Sir Mac of Cheese looking for another big flank. Leoric actually taken out in the 1v1 by Malthael on the top side here. Wild Squad doing well. Oh, there's the big Blessed Shield going to catch 3. Silence comes on out from Stukov. Nazebo's going to go down. Wesgra somehow survives. They get the counter kill onto Sylvanas. Oh no, Jazzaline could be in trouble as well. That negative armor is really shredding through. The Water Elemental's locked in, though. Goon has to get away from the bunker. What a back and forth fight there. Wild Squad come out with 3 kills across the map. 1 counter kill there by Minion Miners. A lot of limit testing going on there. Good job, each team really figuring out when they could go back in, counting in those cooldowns, and looking for opportunities. Very nicely done. Sixteens are in for both sides. Leoric and Malthael continue to rotate. Himibo and Murderin looking to take back this bottom altar. We could have another dragon here for Minion Miners. Goon and Jazzaline trying to move in here. Oh, Malthael is going to be working on the top side capture. Nazebo not going to be able to grab an early dragon. There's a silence arrow out from Sylvanas. Wesgra could be in trouble here as Salvaje is on the chase. Water Elemental with the slows, but Deckard is just living forever here. Jazzaline with the catch-up, but could they get turned around here? Blaze is going to go down as well. Jazzaline trying to get out from under tower, but can't get out fast enough. The counter kill onto Johanna. Malthael is actually going to go down on the top side. These solo laners are really pushing the 1v1 up there. As it turns into a 2-for-2. Black arrows come on out here. There's the Draken laser drill from the Tychus, trying to help clear this wave, trying to help this fort survive, but it's not going to be enough. Wild Squad takes out their first structure. Leoric, without Malthael to push against, is going to be working on this top side. You see it is the Mithril Mace. So Leoric is going to have that increased attack speed and really get those powerful buffed crits in a lot more often. We're going to have a Bruiser camp and a wave pushing here on the bottom side. Sir Mac of Cheese going with the Superstition actually on 13, so no Ice Block, instead going for the crazy Spell Armor to try to work against this Jaina. Has gone full Spider build otherwise. We'll have to see what the level 20 pick is going to be, because some of those level 20 talents really got spiced up. Could be a big flank. Goon with the swipes, trying to get on out of there. Jazzaline being chased down by Marshall. Vixen Noir coming to join the fight. We could have a full 5v5. Could be the first one of the game here. Marshall in some trouble. Last Rites comes out, is going to get the kill onto Leoric before the bunker could be clicked on. The Wild Squad pick up one, and they manage to disengage here. There is a Bruiser camp pushing on the top side that will have to be dealt with. Sylvanas headed up that way. Malthael will be headed up that way. Hemibo with the big stun onto 2. Look at that follow-up. Deckard with a huge blaze, and Goon is caught out. Stukov is going to go down here. Alicia Wynn's trying to get away from Murderin. Jazzaline being slowed as well. The stun comes out, and there's nowhere for Johanna to go. Meanwhile, though, Dragonite is actually going to be picked up here by Vixen Noir. 2 kills there from Minion Miners means this dragon will be taken out very, very quickly. Vixen Noir going to have to back off immediately here. Might go down anyway if the damage keeps up. Himibo sent away. Oh, but no, the Unstoppable can't get through the Entomb. Vixen Noir moves through Marshall here, trying to get the extra healing. But Malthael does go down. Just stayed a moment too long on that wall there and pays the price. That will give Minion Miners level 20 and an opportunity to push out this bottom lane. Level 20. It is still the Vile Infection for Nazeebo, waiting on that 175 stacks. Gonna need a couple more waves in order to get there. Leoric actually with that Mithril Mace is gonna be working on soloing this left side Bruiser camp. Wild Squad has to defend this bottom lane. They're not gonna be able to send anybody up there. So Leoric continuing the pressure on the top side here. Nazeebo trying to soak out those last few stacks. Needs only 7 more to get that heroic poison damage online. The Wild Squad trying to defend this bottom side. Hemibo. Oh no, Goon trying to move back here is going to be taken out. The range from Murderin is too much, and Stukov goes down. The Silence Entomb is going to land onto Johanna. Follow-up route is going to mean that the Unstoppable and the level 20 Indestructible do pop here. They're going to keep Jazzaline alive for now. But that kill onto Stukov is a big deal. We see mid keep going to fall, bottom keep going to go down as well. Could we see a push onto core here? Minion Miners, they're going to stay in the area. They're going to test the waters here. Jazzaline moves forward, gets the catch onto Hemibo. Really fishing here. Big stick onto Johanna there. The Unstoppable is enough to get Jazzaline back to safety. Marshall could be in trouble, actually stunned by the core. Last Rites comes out. Oh, the Super Potion keeps Leoric alive, walking over it barely in time there. Super Potion value.
And claim vengeance for my family.
We're going to see Minion Miners move to the top and bottom side of the map. They want to get a quick dragon capture here. Stukov is only just now spawning. The Wild Squad, are they going to move out here and try? Murderin is looking for the dismounts. No one is channeling the dragon, though. Sylvahe going straight in there with the wave. Oh no, Marshall coming down from the top side gets the pick onto Sylvanas. Sylvahe caught out. Bunker dropped from the blaze just before the silence could take effect. The follow-up stun onto Jazzaline is there. The root from Deckard. The Dragon Knight kick will secure the kill. That's 2 kills here for Minion Miners. They've got the late-game dragon, and this looks like it's going to be it here. Goon trying to get those separated flailing swipes in. That's 3 popped. Vixen Noir gets away from the root, but the core is starting to take damage. Malthael moving in there is going to get the last Rites kill onto Tychus. Dragon Knight is being baited away from the core here. Himibo and Wesgra are trying to lock in. Sir Mac of Cheese putting some damage in as well. This may not be over yet. Sir Mac of Cheese going to be interrupted there by Goon, but the core is already down to 35%. Wild Squad trying to come up with the miracle defense, but it's just too late in the game. Minion Miners are going to take game number 1. GG. Nicely played. Game number 1. Minion Miners taking the kills when they could get them. We saw, you know, a lot of back and forth there between Malthael and Leoric, but it was the extra kills in the late game there for Minion Miners that allowed them to surge down the lanes, pick up a late objective, and grab the first win. Very nicely done. Fix and War on that Malthael. Top siege, top hero damage there for the Wild Squad. Nearly 54,000. Sir Mac of Cheese on Nazebo. Top hero damage there, getting past the Tychus. 64,500 damage there. Take a look at the talent screen. We'll update the scoreboard and get ready for game number 2. Taking a look here. Jaina going with the Ice Fury into Double Blizzard and Wintermute. Was the Deafening Blast on 20 there for Sylvanas. You saw that controlled Chaos swipes coming out from Goon at the end there. Of course, no one can stop death for Malthael. But yeah, the Nazebo build. So we've got the Widowmakers on 1, which now has a slow built into the talent, which is very cool. Their attack damage is increased by 30% and duration's up for 1 second after the 100 hits. Spirit of Eric here was changed. The number of Corpse Spiders spawn increases from 3 to 4, and if Corpse Spider Jar hits only one enemy, creates an additional spider, so it goes up to 5. I believe before it was either only 3 or 5, and now it's 4 or 5. A little bit of a buff there in the early game. Superstition was an interesting choice there. Gain 40 spell armor, heroic basic attacks against Nazebo, remove this bonus for 3 seconds, and spawn a corpse spider to attack the hero. So this is, you know, this is really nice versus the Jaina, obviously having 40 spell armor. You know, you just gotta watch out for those autos coming in from, like, Sylvanas there. And yeah, still Vile Infection on 20. Still Vile Infection on 20. Nicely done. How you doing, Adrenaline Stim Pack? Undefeated this series, that's true. Adrenaline Stim Pack Blaze is indeed undefeated this series. Alrighty, as we wait for the next lobby, we are going to take a short break here, but when we come back, game number 2 of the Wild Squad versus Minion Miners. Sit tight. Alrighty, welcome back. We're getting ready here for game number 2 between the Wild Squad and Minion Miners. Minion Miners putting up a pretty solid performance there on Dragonshire. The Blaze main tank did really well with the Deckard. I liked the way that the bunker really helped out there versus a lot of what the Wild Squad was trying to put down. I was thinking maybe it was going to be a May in that last spot, but the Blaze was impressive. Nice job there by Himibo. Give him the old caster ready as we're getting ready to go into our second map here, which is going to be Alterac Pass, chosen by Minion Miners once again. Wild Squad going to look to come back here. Now, Alterac Pass, it's a map about siege. It's a map about lane pressure. Zagara might still be pickable. I want to see Zagara played. We did, like, Zagara got buffed and then just perma-banned, and we didn't get to see Zagara played on stream. And now Zagara has been ultra nerfed and we don't get to see Zagara played on stream. I think if there's going to be a spot for Zagara, though, this should be perfect. Alterac Pass, you get that second pseudo laner. It's just all about siege pressure. But maybe just nerf too much. Maybe nerf too much. Someone's going to have to take a chance on the Broodmother. Who's it going to be? Who's going to take one for the team? Play that Zagara. We will see as we get into game number 2. Wild Squad will once again be first to act. See if they once again go with the Gall ban, or if they've got something else in mind here. Looking at the comp last time, you might throw in a Nazebo ban. This is another map where Nazebo can get some work done, and Minion miners have shown a proclivity to play it. Unless they're interested in taking it for themselves here. Gonna go with the Gall ban once again. No shenaniganos here. Right wing will be removed by Minion miners. Man, I want to see Zagara. Someone pick Zagara. I need to see it. I need to see it. All right. Wild Squad. Thinking about their mid ban here. I still want to see Nazebo banned if I'm the Wild Squad here. Unless you're willing to take it first, I want to see it banned. Because I think Sir Mac of Cheese did a really nice job there in that last game with that spider build. Deathwing going to be removed. This is one of Deathwing's better maps in terms of being able to delay the objective, in terms of being able to split push with that global. Minion miners will remove the Sylvanas, so leaving Vala open here. Which could be the play. Vala got nerfed, what can I say? Sylvanas did not. Wild Squad with their first pick opportunity. No Sylvanas to be taken. Salvaje going with the Tychus. So going to remove that option from Murderin. Minion miners. I wouldn't mind them seeing them just go Leoric Nazebo again, to be honest. I mean, Nazebo's not going to get a lot of double soak value, but I still think it works here. Alterac Pass just always goes so late. It's going to be the Leoric here for Marshall. There it is. Sir Mac and Cheese goes with the Nazebo. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They won't have their Tychus to go alongside the Nazebo this time. We'll see if the Wild Squad can unravel the mystery of the Walrose. So they do have the next two picks here. Will we see the Malthael again? I still think the Malthael into Leoric is a fine matchup. Jazzaline going back to the Johanna here. Goon is going to try out the Malfurion here rather than the Stukov. Benjamin, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Mid-ban here for Minion miners, looking at Johanna Malfurion. They're going to take away the Malthael here from Vixen Noir. Wild Squad. They look at the Leoric, the Nazebo. They've already got the Tychus from last time. Blaze Deckard are the last two remaining heroes from Minion miners' previous composition. Though with the Tychus on their side, I think the Blaze isn't quite as scary. They're going to ban it anyway. Okay. They're going to try to throw Hemibo off their game here. Early Tychus doesn't seem very Tom. Yeah, you know. Pressuring the front line is a pretty universal thing. Wesgra going with the Lucio here for Minion miners. Just wanting to help people out. If Lucio goes in and tries to high-five someone in a Malfurion route, Lucio isn't unstoppable till they connect. So maybe Lucio would get stuck too. Hemibo going with the Rexar here. So we've got what looks to be a Rexar tank or a Leoric tank. Got this sort of an unorthodox front line on the side of Minion miners here. But Leoric into Johanna is a pretty good one-on-one matchup. See what the Wild Squad is going to do about this Leoric Rexar pickup. Vixen Noir going with the Gazlo. Alicia Wins is on Kael'thas. Don't get to see a lot of Kael'thas these days. There is one extra body on the field with that Misha, and Lucio does tend to have a hard time with a bunch of living bombs on them all the time, just because how easy it is to just run over your teammates all the time as Lucio. So that pick can definitely work out. Murderin Going with the Falstad last pick here. Get some boss control, get some split push going. So right now, Minion Miners with a very push central comp. Over on the side of the Wild Squad between Malfurion and Kael'thas, they're going to have a pretty good time being able to pick up whoever they want and take them down here. We'll have to see how they execute. Kobo aim to hobo. And Papa Patience. Thank you so much for the follows. I appreciate the support. Let's get into game number 2. As we load on in here, we've got the sort of hyper push comp versus the pick comp. Over on the side of the Wild Squad. Cambella's with the follow. Welcome, friends. Welcome, welcome. You're just in time for game number 2. On the left in the blue, the Wild Squad. Alicia Wins is on the Kael'thas. Jazzaline playing Johanna. Goon is on the Malfurion. Vixen Noir playing the Gazlo. And it is Salvaje on the Tychus. On the right in the red, Minion Miners murdering on the Falstad. Marshall playing Leoric. Wesgra on that Lucio. Sir Mac of Cheese on the Gazebo. And Hemibo playing the Rexar. Game number 2. Lucio going with that party mix stack on level 1. Gazebo back to the spider build. Kael'thas and Johanna want them globes. Want them globules. As we jump in. Gazlo already set up on the bottom side. Leoric is up on the top side here. Jazzaline taking some big hits there. Has to pop the Iron Skin to back out, but does manage to allow for most of the wave to be cleared. Going to see a rotation from Malfurion and Tychus up here to the top side. Down to the bottom side, Minion Miners sending Rexar and Gazebo. Vixen Noir able to get away without too much trouble there. As we approach the 1 minute mark, we'll have to see who's going to those back camps. Looks like Kael'thas is going to start things up here for the Wild Squad. Minion Miners not going to the back camp just yet. See if Nazebo is going to peel away and deal with that. But Wild Squad with an opening lead here. There they go. Falstad and Lucio going to go ahead and work on that. Gazlo should be able to regen health fairly easily in this matchup here. Possibly drain some of Rexar's mana. Marshall could have a tough time here. Salvaje dodges those drain hopes. Tychus is very difficult to step into. Right now, though, the camp definitely pushing ahead on the side of the Wild Squad. Malfurion is actually going over and checking to see what's going on with that back camp. This camp is already up onto the wall. Jazzaline going to move in and get that wave cleared away. Level 4. Briefly ahead there for the Wild Squad, but look at that. They're already getting a ton of damage done to this wall. The negative armor provided by the camp really helps siege this in. Jazzaline wants this bottom tower, but there's just not enough time to get it. Wild Squad getting ahead, though, with that early camp play. Nicely done. Vixen Noir just healing up off those Misha hits. Himibo, I believe, went back to tap. Let's get that mana reserve up and running once again. First objective will be coming up here. I'm most likely to see each team work on their back camp first and look for level 7s before they pay too much mind to those prison camps. Looks like Murderin has gone to the top lane to replace Leoric. That's definitely a little bit more even matchup. And as I say that, Murderin could be in trouble. Salvaje with the move forward. Looking for a trade here. Jazzaline coming on in. Oh, the shield glare is barely not enough. And the solo laners limit test themselves into a double kill. Salvaje. Surprised. Tychus surprise face in the chat. Wild Squad is going to pick up their Knoll camp here. Minion Miners. No one sent to their back camp just yet. This could give the Wild Squad an opportunity to jump on this first objective. They're going to have their level 7s. They've already taken their camp. We'll see what they want to prioritize here. Johanna's actually headed up to soak the top lane. Goon, Alicia Wins, and Salvaje headed down to the bottom side. This could be trouble for Marshall. The root does not come out in time, as the spooky walk is enough to get Marshall out to safety. Salvaje is going to get the channel here. And Minion Miners, they're stuck clearing the mid lane. They've just taken their back camp. But they've got less than, well, they've got about 20 seconds here to try to move up and work this objective. Really, really watching that flank here, but the Minion with a scrap of health left is actually going to save it. 7.3 seconds left on the objective here for the Wild Squad. One more tiny auto attack would have done it. But now, Minion Miner's going to get the push in the mid here. The zombie wall from Nazebo going to buy a lot of time and a lot of siege value in this mid lane. Wall completely taken down there. Salvaje and Jazzaline, just not a lot that they could do in that position. Kael'thas getting a quick hit there. You see the Living Bomb go out as well. Goon with the flank could get a big root here. Only going to land on Misha so far. Misha does manage to back off there. Gazlo snuck around and got the channel here, though, putting the turret down, and we're going to see the Wild Squad with the first objective push of the game. Tychus and Falstad have retreated to the top side once again. Gazlo and Leoric will be on the bottom lane. Cermak of Cheese. Moving on down here for the ganks. Means the Wild Squad gonna have a little bit of a 3v2 for the moment, as the Rider is going to sail on through here. Wall will be forfeit as the Rider moves into the well area, but Minion Miners do have their level 10s. We've got the Entomb, Unleash the Boars, Gargantuan, Sound Barrier for Lucio. As Tychus actually going down on the top side again there. The 1v1 wars against the ranged assassins continues in the top lane. This one goes over to Falstad. It is Mighty Gust for Falstad as the ult. Right now the Wild Squad a little bit behind in experience, looking for their level 10s. If we take a look at that stat, behind in the Minion soak mainly. To see if they can catch up in that department as they do achieve their level 10s. This time it is going to be the Falling Sword for Johanna. Gravel Bomb, Phoenix, Commandeer Odin, and Malfurion still considering what it's going to be here for level 10. Bottom lane, Nazebo pushing in hard with this wave. Those Archer minions are going to deal a ton of damage to this fort. Jazzaline trying to clean them up here, but taking this fort down almost completely was Leoric and Nazebo. Nice sneak around there. Ors Manthus, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate the support. Overall, objective not doing an awful lot there for the Wild Squad. See if their team fight on the objective will prove strong. If they keep winning the objective over and over again, they will ultimately get the value out of these pushes. But if they start falling behind in experience, that could be trouble here. Spix and Noir looking for another 1v1 here, but Murderin has come on down, and Gazlo going to be taken out. These side laners are out for blood this game. Goodness gracious. Salvaje continuing to push back here against Rexar, but the bottom lane, after that kill onto Gazlo, means the fort is going to fall. Murderin has started the boss here. Taking a little bit of damage. Someone's going to have to come and tank this in a moment. Murderin probably calling for some help here. Sir Mac of Cheese and Wesgar are in the area before the boss man does leash. So Minion Miners are going to pick up the bottom boss for their trouble. Fix and Noir working on the back camp here. Alicia Wins will come on down to help that out. But the prison camps are unlocking. Goon is headed back to base. Marshall Looking for a quick channel here for Minion Miners. Wesgra is going to start the click, and there it is. Minion Miners put the Wild Squad on the clock here. Falstad trying to get away here. Murderin going to get hit with the falling sword. There's Entomb coming on out, but it's not enough to save Falstad. Big silence comes out onto Wesgra. Lucio barely able to get away. One kill there for the Wild Squad. Oh, but the counter kill onto Malfurion. The slows and roots were too much. And we go 1 for 1 in the engagement. Gazlo in the bottom lane trying to deal with that boss. Has it mostly cleaned up. Objective, as of now, has been stopped by those minions. Tychus trying to push back Leoric in the top lane. The wall is going to be taken down. Nisha taking some hits as this camp is cleared away. Bottom lane is cleared up as well. Right now, Minion Miners ahead on the minions, ahead on the hero kills, are well on their way to level 16. They've taken their back camp as well. The Wild Squad is setting up on the objective point. Tychus looking to come on down here as Murderin getting out of dodge. We're going to see the Wild Squad move in and try to start a channel. Commandeer Odin comes out from the Tychus looking to poke in here, wanting to create some space. Marshall just existing on the edge is going to be pulled in by Jazleen, but the unstoppable Wraithwalk is enough. Sir Mac of Cheese with the first interrupt, coming in with those spiders. Goon does find the channel there. Misha will not be able to stop it. Falling sword from Jazleen. They want to find this kill, but Malfurion taken out in the background there by Falstad. Murderin looking to trade with Salvaje. There's the gust, and Tychus is going to go down here, traded out for Misha. Vixen Noir in some big trouble as Wesgra's on the chase. That's going to be Gazlo going down, Johanna as well, and the full ace for the price of Misha coming on in for Minion Miners. The push in the mid is starting to pile up. The push in the bottom lane, aided by this catapult minion, he is coming up strong. We're going to have the objective being worked on here by Minion Miners, as well as the top boss. This could be a lot of structures down. Unless the Wild Squad pulls out a very, very strong defense. Marshall just tanking away. Now a solid 2-level lead here for Minion Miners. As they channel the objective, the boss pushing down the top lane. This will almost certainly be top keep, and could be more. Keep wall already taking damage here. The Wild Squad still halfway on their way to level 16. The boss is piling in. The objective isn't even here yet as the falling sword comes on out. Marshall in trouble there, but there's the sound barrier from Lucio to save Leoric for the meantime. Marshall barely able to get on out of there. A lot of ults committed from both sides here on this push. Marshall with some taking another big round of damage. Boss still at half health here as the keep goes down to half. Misha in the backline trying to deal a little extra damage, and here comes the objective. The second life of this push is going to start. Murderin heading on down to the bottom lane as the keep is going to fall here on the top side. Malfurion silence was interrupted there. Falstad almost certainly going to be securing the bottom keep. Nazebo working on the mid keep as the core is triggered. Big stun and Tomb comes out. Goon and Salvaje are stuck here. Unstoppable is not going to be enough to save Malfurion. Leoric traded out, but that's going to be Tychus going down as well. Jazleen trying to move back here as the Living Bomb is being spread around a little bit. Mid keep in trouble. Bottom keep is already down. Murderin is locked on here, but the minion wave is already cleared away. Sir Mac of Cheese trying to get the last couple hits. This looks like it's going to be a triple keep play for Minion Miners. Now up 6 structures to 0, and definitely keeping their solid 2-level lead. Bottom boss is just now spawning. Minion Miners not going to risk it. They're just going to go back. Going straight to bottom boss now would definitely be a little bit of a throw, I think. Because that's one of the best ways for Wild Squad to possibly get back into this game, is to just take an immediate 5v5 team fight. at the 17 to 19 mark. Minion miners are going to move around here. They'd love to get their 20s. Falling sword from Jazzaline, not enough to find Leoric. The rest of the team is on their way. Oh, they don't have their 20s yet. The Wild Squad. Oh, and Tomb comes out. Marshall is actually going to scout with the ult. Will not find it. Murdering on the edge here. Going to poke in, deal a little extra damage to Malfurion. Minion miners are about to have their 20s. There they go. 20s are in. The Wild Squad is now in a dire, dire position. Boss being started by Murderin. Marshall with the Cloak of Despair? Burning Despair. On level 20. He's going to have a lot of extra armor when that Drain Hope is connected. Prison Camp's unlocking. Alicia Wins has to clear away the mid here. Could Minion Miners just go take the core here? They've got a boss on the way. They're clearing out the bottom lane. They have their level 20 advantage. They might just step up and go for it. Let's see what their position is going to be. They've got no push in the middle lane, but they do have a large wave moving into the top side. Jazzaline going to be stunned out of that Condemn, and Tomb comes out as well. Iron Skin allows Jazzaline to move on forward. Big sleep, and there is the Gravel Bomb onto one, but Jazzaline in some big trouble in the back. Johanna's going to go down here. Follow-up stun onto Gazlo. That's a double kill here for Minion Miners, and they're moving right onto the core. Boss is cleaving it away as Kael'thas falls. Goon is going to go down as well. Salvaje being chased down the top side. There's the Mighty Gust into the corner, but I think the core is going to fall. Oh, Tychus does go down. The full ace and the victory go over to Minion Miners. GG. Minion Miners looking very strong in this series. Very well done there on Alterac Pass. Going with the, just big siege. Big siege coming out from Leoric, Rexar, Nazebo, even Falstad. A lot of strong siege power, and it comes up big. Alicia Wins on the Kael'thas. Top hero damage there. A little over 52,000. Spreading those living bombs very well. Leoric, played by Marshall, actually top hero damage. Almost top siege as well. Rexar getting ahead there by about 580. 43,500 hero damage there for Leoric. Bring up the talent screen, update the scoreboard, and see if we can get ourselves an interview with Minion Miners. There we go. And I am joined by Wesgra. Welcome. Congratulations on the 2-0.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, we felt good about that one, actually.
It was solid pair of games there. Game number 1 on Dragonshire, a little more back and forth, a lot of skirmishes between the solo laners, in between lanes there. What was the communication like in terms of trying to keep the rotations together and knowing when you could take those little 1v1s, 2v2s?
So they caught us off guard quite a bit, bot bringing 5 down. So yeah, they got us a few times pretty good there. Yeah, we were definitely fighting a lot more than we like to fight, I would say, in that map. But there were a few fights where we kind of saw them pretty low on mana and pretty low on life. So we re-engaged. Even I think we re-engaged a 3v4 even one time because they were pretty low. But yeah, definitely a lot of fighting.
Yeah, I mean the struggle back and forth in the bottom lane was real there. You mentioned just looking for opportunities to move in there, looking at those mana bars. With the sort of deceptively long range of that Blaze Engage, were there any particular things you were looking for, like people in the front line to step out to get those turnaround jet propulsion follow-ups, or getting those big Deckard roots? Or was it really just the second someone steps just a little too far in lane, you've got the lockdown to deal with it?
Yeah, you called it. I mean, we're looking for the Blaze Engage or the Kane Engage, and then just following up on each other. So Hemi plays a really good Blaze, so we were lucky to land a few of them, and it worked out. Yeah, Deckard felt good. I think he's probably back in the meta for sure with the changes.
Okay. Were there changes specifically to Deckard? I'm trying to remember from the patch.
Yeah, they increased his base healing, and then some of his talents got some good buffs.
Oh,
So
yes.
yeah,
Okay. Interesting. We'll have to keep an eye out for Deckard. Speaking of the patch, did it surprise you at all that Zagara went completely unpicked today?
A little bit actually, a little bit. We were kind of interested to see where teams are going to value the changes. Whether Vala and Zagara have completely fallen off, or we were expecting them to pick Vala that second game. So yeah, it was kind of interesting to see everybody's kind of ranking of where the heroes stand now.
I thought it might have come up for your side there in Alterac Pass because I saw you ended up putting together a big macro comp there. You've got the Leoric Rexar able to push hard. You've got the split from the it ended up being the Falstad. I thought that might have been a Zagara in that last spot, but ended up going with the global there, the Falstad. Were you surprised you were able to take as many fights as you did with that comp? Because it seemed like from the setup, fights were not the thing you were really looking for.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And the great thing about the meta right now is there's a lot of options. So like you were saying, we could have gone Zagara, Vala, or what we did do was the Falstead. So I feel like the game is in a really good spot right now where there's not a select group of OP heroes that everybody's focusing on, but there's really a lot of options. So as far as taking fights on that map, we kind of obviously we did not go in looking to fight. We went in going for the macro side, but and I think we gave the first objective and kind of played around that to try to get some advantage on the map, which ended up working out for us. Yeah, the fights just kind of fell to us, so we took them, and yeah, it worked out. We were fortunate.
Yeah, really. I mean, just the game plan was clear and it was executed very well. I guess the last big thing I wanted to ask about was Nazebo. Taken early in both games, we saw some buffs to that spider build. Was it feeling good throughout the early and the mid game there with those changes, or does Nazebo still feel like a get to 20 kind of hero?
Yeah, I think he's back on the board. We played around with him a little bit the last couple of days, and we thought, well, let's just give it a shot and see how it goes. I mean, we feel like it seemed pretty strong, so definitely not a let's wait till 20 and then win kind of thing anymore. Definitely, yeah, felt playable for sure. I don't know how much we'll use it the rest of the season. I'm expecting. We were kind of surprised it wasn't banned out actually, but again, it's kind of where everybody's trying to figure out how to value the recent changes. So, yeah,
Absolutely,
we were happy to have tested it out, and we're obviously happy with the results. So,
yeah, it was great to see coming out there with the 2-0, solid victory there. Looking forward on the schedule. Are there any other big matchups, big rivalries on the calendar for you as the weeks roll on?
Yeah, we've got a lot of teams we know in this division, so it's going to be fun. Yeah, we played Match Ready and Div A last season. We played them 3 times, and they got 2 of them, and we got 1 of them. So we're looking for a little rematch with them. They're a good team. It'll be a good game. So yeah, that's kind of one of the ones we're looking at. But honestly, everybody in this division is going to be real close. So it's going to be a fun season all the way through. We're really thrilled with the placement team and how they did on this one. Did a good job.
I'm looking at all the names here. It's just that there's a couple of newer teams, but it's a lot of very well-established squads. It's going to be a great one to watch.
Yeah, yep. It's going to be a race to the wire for the whole playoff and seeding and everything. It's going to be fun.
Looking forward to it. Well, Wesgra, thank you so much for coming on by. The floor is yours. Any shout-outs you'd like to make before we close out?
Yeah, thanks to you. Always shout out the caster. Appreciate it. It's fun to have casts. My team, they did great. Yeah, just NGS for setting it up. We have a blast every season, so it's, still get butterflies before each match. It's a blast. We appreciate it.
Fantastic. All right. Minion Miners with the 2-0. Thanks so much for joining me, and good luck going forward.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.